We had a client which had issues with their wastewater in the Washbay facility, for which the water quality was not meeting the discharge limits. OLEOLOGY was approached to see that water quality meets the sewerage discharge limits. The advantage that what we have proposed is that the client is saving on their OPEX, because they have currently hired a waste contractor that comes and collects this wastewater from their triple interceptor. So this is the system, as you see, which we have designed based on a staged manner process to treat that wastewater. So the first stage of the treatment is to remove solids, for which we have got a basket cage with snippet bags in it, which removes as much as solids possible, and we plan to have it in their 2 pits, which has it's basically a wastewater collection pit. From there, the process is then going to a conical settling tank, but prior to going to the conical settling tank, we had to make sure that we have a pH range of 6 to 10, which is as per the sewage discharge limit. We have achieved that with a system for pH correction dosing meter, and we'll have probes right at the start and at the end of the system to see that we have got that range. From there, the process, as I said, goes into a conical settling tank. The oil being lighter disperses on the top, and the water and the solids which settle down. This water then flows through the conical tank through a floating section strainer into a MAC, which is basically a MySelex advanced coalescer. Just to recap, so as it is a 5-stage process, I'll go with each of those processes. Stage 1, we have our basket cages with snippet bags, which removes most of the solid, which goes in the 2 pits that's collecting the wastewater from the wash bay. That then goes into the stage 2. Stage 2 consists of a conical tank and a pH correction system. As I said, pH, we get it between 6 and 7 in the range. Once that is done, from the conical tank, which is also a part of stage 2, it's more of a settling principle that the tank works on. So you have the free oil which floats on the top and the solids floating down, and the water then is drained from there, from the conical tank via floating suction strainer into a MAC. So MAC is our stage 3 of the process, which tends to coalesce the oil and remove the free oil up to 90% of oil and hydrocarbon via the hose connection which is on the top. So moving forward, which is our stage 4. So stage 4 consists of our MXRs, which stands for MySelex Regen Media. This removes most of the solids and as well as a bit of hydrocarbon. This has a 95% efficiency, and it can go to a droplet size as low as 5 microns. So once this has been achieved at this stage, then we go back into a filter house, which is a part of stage 5. It is more of polishing filters, that's what we call it. It tends to remove any dispersed, emulsified or stable emulsions, I must say. So the first 2 housings are 5 micron and 1 micron, which removes most of the solids, which residual solids, I believe. And the last 2 housings are HRM and EB. So with the name, it is hydrocarbon recovered matrix, and EB stands for emulsion breaker. So with just the name, it's more of removal of any residual emulsions, as I said, dispersed or unstable emulsions, So having said that, this system is then discharged to the sewer, but prior to that, we also have a regulated monitoring equipment which is going to be placed outside our container to make sure that we have the acceptable quality limits to discharge into sewer. Just wanted to brief up on the key advantages of this system. Okay, firstly, it's an automated system. As you see here, it's motor operated, so less intervention of any operator. So that leaves the client at ease, since they doesn't need to dedicate any operator to maintain this. Second is there's a backwash system, which is also the system has been designed for, which helps for better design life of the media and the filter housings. So both of them would be backwashed on timely as well as based on the differential pressure in order to have a prolonged design life. Secondly, if you're looking at the footprint, it's just a 20-foot container. This is well designed and well equipped, all inside a 20-foot container. So in terms of location constraint, not an issue for the client. It's perfect. It perfectly fits into the area that he has provided us to have this container placed. Thirdly, we have remote monitoring capabilities as well. So just to brief you on that, so this is a PLC programmed on the HMI. As you see, it shows the entire process flow diagram. Having said that, we have a process, backwash and the rinse sequencing, which it would show at which mode it is. We also got a dosing capability, which I mentioned earlier, for pH correction. It's also got a camera, which is in here. So in case the client has to reach us during emergency, he can just video conference us on this by just calling the video call, and we are there to help him whenever they have an issue. If you have a problem with your discharge limits and your recycle not meeting the limits, please feel to contact OLEOLOGY and we are there to support you. Thank you.